Day to me, for the longest time, has been just the start of summer and a holiday. Even as a young military officer, really didn't take much stock into what it was until I visited Arlington National Cemetery and the Vietnam War Memorial in Washington, D.C. Then all of a sudden, Memorial Day became real. There was names, and in some cases there was faces associated with that day. And I realized that there was thousands of people before me that gave their lives for our freedom. And now, since then, Memorial Day has been extra special to me as an American citizen.
One of the things that Memorial Day reminds me of are some of the friends that I lost during the Vietnam conflict. I want to just share a story about one of those. He was a very special guy, and I guess the real thing about memorials is you know, what those people could have been. There was a young man I went to college with, and his goal was to unite South America into one country. He had participated in the Bay of Pigs operation in 1961, and we got together in college in 1964. And of course, he got killed in Vietnam, and I never knew what might have been if this young man had gone on. I also had a young man that worked for me who's on that wall, who was the first chair cello player for the Philadelphia Philharmonic. So there's a lot of interesting folks out there that we didn't get to see in full bloom. And to me, that's what Memorial Day is about. Remembering what those guys were, what they did for our country, and what they might have been.
Reflection to remember those who have fallen in all the wars that we've had in our nation, giving thanks and being proud of what we have today and what they sacrificed to make what we have strong
today. They have very mixed emotions for me. First, it's a very somber day. I'm reminded of the very real and ultimate sacrifices that Americans have made on our behalf. It's also a day where I feel very fortunate. My dad fought in World War II in the Army. I have two sons and a daughter-in-law who are Marine veterans, and they are alive and well and did not have to give that ultimate sacrifice. It's also a day where I'm very inspired by the kind of courage and the selflessness that those folks who have died, over 1 million Americans who have died to defend our way of life, the sacrifice that they have given. It inspires me to make the most of what I can contribute to our country. It also reminds me that when you're in the service as a service member, you have to take your training seriously, because it's a very high-risk environment, and the outcome is very important, not just for oneself, but because of the mission that you're trying to perform. Our country has a very proud tradition of excellence in defending our country, and at the end of the day, it's a day that I feel very glad to be an American, very glad to be associated with those folks that have given it their all, often on lonely battlefields where there's not been a lot of recording of what their actual deeds were. We hear of a lot of heroes and their documented stories, but I'm quite sure that we have many, many more Americans who have given much of themselves selflessly and lonely. So it's a very important day for us as Americans, one of very mixed emotions for me, but at the end of the day, it's a very proud day, because I associate myself with their sacrifice, and I try to live up to what they tried to do for us.
It's a day that everyone in this country should stop, remember, honor our armed forces. Those on active duty as of today, those that served as active duty in the past, and especially the ones that made the ultimate sacrifice. They gave their life for this country, for you and for me. And
as the daughter of a Vietnam veteran, what Memorial Day means to me is a time to think about and reflect on those who lost their lives during war, that served in the military. One of my fondest moments of Memorial Day is Rolling Thunder. We lived in the D.C. area, and the sound of the motorcyclists coming in to pay tribute to those that have fallen. Was the most amazing thing. This is a picture of the motorcyclists going across the Memorial Bridge from Arlington National Cemetery on their way to the Vietnam Veterans Memorial, and it was the most amazing experience.
Memorial Day to me is a special day. It's a day of remembrance, a day of honor, remembrance of the more than 1 million men and women that have worn the uniform since the beginning of our country in defense of freedom. A day to honor the sacrifice that they made. I hope that we will always remember and never forget that freedom is not free. And may their sacrifice not have been in vain. So, God bless the United States of America, and God bless all the men and women that have gone before us, along with their families.